Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the AC Academy Product Management Program. My name is Mr. Kingsford Fifi Aponsadonko, and I will be your tutor for this course. Uh, we are in week one, session two, and today we are going to talk about problem discovery and product thinking. But before we get into that, let's talk about the previous session. So, in the very first session, we introduced product management in the simplest way possible. We learned that product management is not just about building features, it's about solving the right problem for the right people. And today, we are going to go one level deeper. Yes, we're going to go one level deeper, one stage deeper. So before a product manager actually suggests a solution, perhaps designs a screen or even instructs developers to build something, the product manager must first understand the problem clearly. Yes, that is very key. So in this lesson, do not rush. Take your time. This is a pre-recorded session actually, which means you can pause, you can rewind, you can write notes, and then try the activities that we do here at your very own pace. Yes. All right. So keep your notebook close because this session is practical. Yes. By the end, you should be able to look at everyday apps that we use and ask better questions like a product manager would. All right, so let's fast forward, move on to the session's objectives, what you should be able to, do by the end of this very session. So first, you should be able to use the five whys technique to find the real cause of a problem. And second, you should be able to explain jobs to be done, also called the GTBD for short, in your own words. Thirdly, you should be able to apply problem discovery thinking to Campus Connect, our very own practical product example that you want to use because we do like food. Yes. And fourth, you should be able to practice product thinking in everyday situations. And then the important thing here is not memorizing big definitions, but then the goal is to understand how product managers think before they build or think before they act. So let us quickly look at the full journey where we are in the program. Right. So we are still in week one. This is session two actually, which is about product management foundations. Session one introduced what product management is and what product managers actually do. And this session now focuses on how product managers discover and understand problems. Yes. Week two will take us into user research and problem definition. Week three will focus on strategy, road mapping, and agile. And then week four, the final week, will focus on analytics, execution, and finally demo day where we get to present. So think of today's lesson as the bridge between knowing what a product manager actually does and starting to think like one. Yes. All right. So if you understand problem discovery very well, user research, roadmaps, agile, even product strategy will make much more sense later. Yes. All right. So let's do a quick recap before we continue. Before we actually discover problems, we should remember what a product manager does. Yes. So before we move forward, let's just do a little recap. Something important from session one. Yes. So a product manager is not just the person who brings the idea. Remember that a product manager helps the team solve the right problem. Now, the right over there is very important. The right problem, the right over there. You can build a very beautiful feature, but if it solves the wrong problem, users may ignore it. Yes, real. A problem also connects teams. A product manager also connects teams, designers, engineers, marketers, business teams, and users may all see the product from different angles. So the product manager is the one that helps everyone stay aligned. He's like the glue. Yes. So he helps everyone stay aligned around one clear goal. And most importantly, the product managers ask better questions. So product managers ask better questions. They do not rush to say, let us build this. No. They first ask, why is this happening? What do users actually need? So today's lesson is really going to be interesting. It is really about slowing down before jumping into solutions. All right, so we move on to understanding before solving. So, what is problem discovery? What is problem discovery? So, problem discovery means taking time to understand why a problem exists before trying to solve it. So, let us use a very simple and basic example. Suppose users are complaining that they cannot find things in an app. Yes. So, a beginner may quickly ask or say, let us add a search bar. That may sound very smart, but trust me, it may not solve the real problem. It may not solve the real issue that is happening. Product manager will pause and ask, what exactly are users trying to find? Why can't why can they not find what they want to find? Why can they not find it? Is the layout confusing? Perhaps are the categories unclear? Is the information missing? They ask these key basic questions because sometimes the problem is not that the users need the search bar over there. Sometimes the problem is that the app is badly organized. So that is why good product managers spend time discovering the problem before designing the solution. Yes, and there are three useful questions to guide discovery. Listen very carefully. First one is, what is really happening for the user? They try to get into the shoes of the user and get to experience his or her pain points and to see what is actually happening. Then you move on to, why is it happening? Why? Yes. And then we move on to, what would change for them if it were fixed, the difference it would make. So write this down. This is a quote. A solution is only useful when it solves the real problem. Yes, write that down. Okay, so let's move on to the five whys technique. Finding the root cause of a problem. Yes. The five whys technique is very simple. You ask why repeatedly until you get closer to the root cause of a problem. Very, very simple. So the idea is that the first answer is often not the real cause. It is usually just the surface symptom. Yes. So let us use Campus Connect as an example. The observation is students are not using Campus Connect, and we want to know why. Yeah. So first question is why? Maybe they do not know what services are available. Second why is maybe the home screen is cluttered and confusing. Yes. Third why is maybe there is no clear onboarding flow for new users. And fourth why is maybe the team focused too much on adding many features instead of helping new users actually understand the product. Now you can see that we are closer to the root cause. So users cannot discover the value of the product quickly enough. So instead of just adding more features, the product manager may decide that the next priority should be onboarding. And that is the power of the five whys technique. Yes. It helps you move from something is wrong to this is probably why it is wrong. Yes. So let us try the five whys. Let us pause and practice. Now it's your turn to also do what you do best. So choose one problem that you have noticed in one app or service you use. It could be WhatsApp, it could be TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, MTN Momo, which I know lots of people are going to pick, and a school portal, also a food delivery service, or any product you know, anything at all. Yes, start with one simple symptom. For example, the school portal is stressful to use. Yeah, then you ask why. Why is it stressful? Maybe the pages load slowly, Or why do these pages load slowly? Maybe too many students use it at the same time. And why does that cause a problem? So you keep going until you reach something deeper. Yes. So you can pause the video now and spend like 3 to 4 minutes on this. Do not worry if it is not perfect. The goal is to practice uh, going deeper instead of jumping to conclusions. So when you're done, you can continue the video. All right, I am done myself. So I'm sure you are also done. So jobs to be done. We move on to jobs to be done. The JTBD. What job is the user hiring the product to do? Now let's talk about jobs to be done. Let's have a conversation. Uh, the simple idea is this: people do not use products because of the product itself. Actually, let me tell you a secret. They use products because they want to achieve something. People don't use WhatsApp because they want to use it. They use it because they want to text their friends, their families. Yes. So in JTBD language, we say users hire products to do a job for them. Yes. So for example, let's take a quick example. When someone uses a food delivery app, the job is not simply order food. The real job may be I am hungry and tired after lectures, and I want food quickly so I can eat without leaving my room or leaving campus. Yes. All right. And when someone uses MTN Momo, the job is not just to press buttons. The real job may be I need to send money urgently so I can support someone from anywhere. So you see, a simple JTBD statement follows this format. When I am in this situation, I want to do this thing so I can get this outcome. Take it again. When I am in this situation, I want to do this very thing, so I can get this outcome. All right. So here is an example for Campus Connect. When I am new to campus and overwhelmed, uh, I want to find services easily so I can settle in without stress. That is much clearer than simply saying build a campus app. Yes, that is GTBD for you. All right, so we move on to GTBD, focus on outcomes, not features. So features are not the final goal. Many beginners they think first about features. They say things like add a search bar, add dark mode, add notifications, or even create a marketplace. Features are not bad. Nobody says features are bad, but product managers must ask what outcome the feature is supposed to create. Very important. Instead of saying add a search bar, product manager might actually say help students find what they need in under 10 seconds. Cute, anyway. Yes. So instead of saying add notifications, a product manager might say keep students informed so they do not miss opportunities. Yeah. Instead of saying add dark mode, a product manager might say help students use the app comfortably at night because of their eyes. Yes, of course. All right. So I hope you do see the difference. So feature thinking focuses on what to build, but JTBD thinking it focuses on what the user is trying to achieve. Yes. So as a product manager, always connect features to outcomes. All right. So after all this, let us bring everything back to Campus Connect. Hence, we're going to do a full product walkthrough. Campus Connect is a fictional campus super app. It could have food, it could have accommodation, events, internships, study groups, and buying and selling, commerce. Right. But remember, this is important. This is very important product manager lesson. Sorry, product management lesson. You cannot build everything at once. It should stick inside his head. You can't build everything at once. This is a fact. So if you try to solve every student's problem at the same time, the product can become too confusing, too overwhelming, too expensive, even too hard to manage. So a product manager must ask, what problem matters most right now? what should be our priority? Which user group should we serve first? Should we serve internship people? So, which feature will create the most value early? So, we ask these questions and then conclude on what we should start first. Maybe first year students need accommodation and food more urgently. Maybe final year students care more about internships. Maybe the student vendors care more about the marketplace. The right answer should come from research, not just guessing. You should get out there and do your research. Yes. So that is why discovery matters. It helps us decide where to start from. All right, so we move on to applying the five whys to Campus Connect, from symptom to opportunity. Let us apply the five whys technique to Campus Connect problem. So the problem statement is students who register for Campus Connect but stop using it after the first week. What could possibly have been the reason why? So maybe they do not see the immediate value when they open the app. Maybe the home screen shows all categories at once and feels overwhelming. Maybe the app does not know whether the student is a first year student, a final year student, a vendor, or someone looking for events. Maybe there is no onboarding questionnaire or personalization, right? Now we see the root cause more clearly. The product was built for everyone, so it does not serve anyone very well. This gives the product manager a useful insight. It gives something tangible to use. And the next priority may not be adding more categories, it may be creating a simple onboarding flow that asks users what they need and shows the more relevant information first. So that is how root causes review product opportunities. That is how root causes product. That's how root causes review product opportunities. Yeah. All right. So we move on to JTBD applied to Campus Connect. Different users, different jobs is. Let us apply JTBD to different Campus Connect users. For a first year student, the job may be when I arrive on campus for the first time, I want to find accommodation, food, and events in one place so I can settle in without stress. For a final year student, the job may be when I am close to graduation. I want to find internships and job opportunities relevant to my course so I can secure income before I graduate. For a student vendor, the job may be when I need extra income, I want to list and sell problems, sell products to other students easily so I can earn money within my campus community. Yes. Notice that all these users may use the product, but then they have different needs. That is why product managers must understand user segments. Yes. So not all users come for the same reason. When you understand the job each user wants to get done, you can build better experiences for them. Yes. So then move on to how to think like a product manager in everyday life. So product thinking is not just a thing, it is a habit. Yes. You do not need a product manager job title before you start thinking like a product manager. It helps in everyday life. You can practice product thinking every day. Yes. So when you use an app and something frustrates you, you do not just sit and complain and move on. You ask, why is this frustrating? Who else may be affected? What could make it better? That is how to think like a product manager. When you see a product working so well, you ask, why does this feel so easy to use? What did the team do right? Yes. So you observe how people around you use products, then and what do they skip? Yes. What do the people around you that use these products? What do they skip? Where do they get confused? What do they repeat often? Alright, so you can keep a simple product journal. Every day you write one observation about the product you used. For example, I used both today and the driver location was not updating quickly. This made me unsure whether the driver was coming. That is a problem. That is something that you can keep in your journal. That's one observation may become a product insight. So over time, these little observations, these small observations sharpen your product mind for the future. Yes. All right. So having learned this, let's apply to this lesson. Let us do one short activity. Answer these four questions in your notes. Yes, in your notes. One, who is the main user of this product? Two, what core problem does it solve for them? Three, what JTBD statement can you write for it? Four, what is one thing you would want to improve and why? Yes. So remember the why is very important. Product thinking is not just an opinion. It requires reasoning. It requires vast reasoning. So pause the video now and try it. Use simple words. Your answers does not need to sound academic. It only needs to show clear thinking. Yes. So pause the video and do this activity. All right. So before we wrap up everything, let's take our key takeaways, our item 13, what we should remember. Yes. So I'm going to summarize today's lesson. Problem discovery is the foundation of great product management. Do not skip it. Don't, please. Right. So the five whys technique helps you move from surface symptoms to root causes. Yes. Jobs to be done helps you understand the user's real motivation and not just the patterns they click. Also, campus connectors are a shared product example, and we will keep using it to practice real product management thinking. Also, product thinking is a daily habit. You can practice it on every app, website, service, or product you use. And the main lesson is this: do not rush to build. Do not rush to build. First, you should understand what is really happening and why it matters. Yes. So you should understand what is really happening and why it actually matters. All right. So let's take the most liked part of this course, the assignment and next session. So, what to do after watching? So after watching this, for your assignments, choose one product to use daily, apply the five whys to one frustration that you have with that particular product, and then write one GTVD statement for the main user. And finally, identify one root cause and suggest one possible solution to it. Keep it simple and clear. You are not expected to be perfect. The goal is to practice thinking like a product manager. All right. So I'm going to be having assessments during our next session. I'm going to be hoping to hear from you guys from what you did from this assignment. And let's talk about what I'm going to do in week two. So in week two, particularly session one, we will move into user research and problem definition, a very fun topic to talk about. We will talk about user-centered design. We'll talk about empathy mapping, talk about interviews, talk about surveys. We will talk about affinity mapping and competitive analysis. So you can see that we are going to get very deep into the course. We are going a little deeper as we go. So thank you for watching this session fully. Take your notes, complete the assignment, and come into week two ready to ramble, ready to build on this foundation. So remember, good product managers do not just build things. They understand people, problems, and outcomes. All right. Stay blessed, and this is a bye.